Anyway, welcome back to Real Response. I'm here with Chris and Grace, and today we're gonna we're gonna be talking about Evil Dead Rise.
Sorry, it's on the other side of the room.
Which we all saw. What, 2 days ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Saturday and Sunday just blend together for me because we saw two movies like within the span of 12 hours. But yeah, I think we can all agree that at least I enjoyed it a lot.
Mm-hmm. It was fun.
Yeah, it was very very enjoyable, I guess. Like it was probably one of the best horror movies that I've seen. Not that I've seen many, but
I don't think there was like a couple moments that I think were genuinely like shocking, kind of spooky, but I wouldn't say it was like, at least to me, I wouldn't say it was scary. Like,
yeah,
it
was the type of horror that's like it wasn't psychological. It was just like straight like
it was like
make
very
you squirm in your seat type.
Wasn't
very Evil
elevated
Dead.
horror.
Yeah, it wasn't the elevated horror term, that kind of thing. But we are gonna probably talk spoilers. But because I
don't think we will.
Really... No,
Actually, no.
Thanks for listening.
We saw it.
Yeah, we saw it. You go see it now. We're not going to tell you about it. No, I think, I don't know where I'd rank it like compared to the other Evil Dead movies I've seen. I know me and you, Chris, both need to still see the 2013 one.
Yeah,
which I've heard is really, really good.
Yeah, comparing it to the original ones, I think it definitely like followed suit with the type of horror that it was. Like,
yeah,
went for the same kind of stuff.
It's obviously a lot less cheesy, and it has a lot less of the humor that like definitely Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness have.
Yeah, for sure.
But I wasn't like mad about that. It has a lot of the style stuff, and that's really good. I think we can all agree that the title card absolutely slaps and is awesome.
Yeah, it was very
just
good.
like everything about it, the volume,
like just the first 10 minutes of the movie is worth the price of admission alone, just because of that. It starts off with like the crazy cool Evil Dead shot that all the movies have, but then it's like, oh, it's just a drone, which I thought was really funny.
I definitely like. I kind of just forgot about the opening sequence because they didn't address it until the very end of the movie, which I don't think is a problem. Yeah. It's just kind of weird.
I thought it was like kind of weird too. I think maybe like to an extent it was just kind of an excuse to spook you off the bat and then also have the cool title card, which I'm not mad about.
It was definitely a good opener. Like you're in like see what you're in store for.
The actress who plays the mother was awesome.
Very, very good.
I think her name is Alyssa Sutherland. I'm pretty sure.
I liked all the actors in that movie. I didn't dislike any of them, I don't think.
Yeah, and surprisingly good child actors, which usually child actors can be tough. But they were all pretty good, and I wasn't expecting as many.
I mean, I wouldn't say they were children, but like
no, but I mean like the younger girl, especially. She was pretty good.
I really liked the boy. He did really good, I thought.
Yeah.
The
what was his name?
Is it Dan?
Dan, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. He was good.
I liked him.
I loved. I really liked how small scale it was, even though it was like in the city, technically, in like a skyscraper, but it's just an abandoned apartment building that like 7 people live in the floor that they're on. I thought that was a cool way of doing it. Obviously a much different setting compared to the prior movies, Whereas
Yeah,
like everything
I
else
liked.
is just a cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the like rundown apartment setting. I think it fit very well.
What I was going to mention that I found earlier is I remember seeing that Bruce Campbell was in the movie
I saw
as a
that.
cameo, and
Is
we
that
didn't
true
see
though?
him. Yes, I just
It's
found out
true.
what it was.
Yes, I know
He's
what it
in
is.
it. Do you know what it is?
I do.
What is it?
He on the recording.
Yeah,
He's like, it's called the Book of the Dead for a reason.
exactly. Yeah, he's the guy that's
Mhm.
like on the. He's one of the when they do the recordings on the records, and there's the guy when the priest originally brings it up. He's talking about it. The first record that's played. The person that yells in the background, "It's called the Book of the Dead for a reason," is Bruce Campbell.
I
So
see. That's cool.
that was a funny cameo that's not like too in your face. I guess.
Yeah, I still think him being the guy with the cart,
Yeah, that would have been.
Yeah.
that would have
funny.
been way better. But
I think it would have been funny if it was like actually not just like him as just the homeless guy, but if it was just him as Ash, like with the chainsaw arm, like he's just pushing pushing the cart, and he's just got like all his stuff with him, and he's just. I'm just saying, I think it
Sure.
would be funny if he was just like Ash was just homeless and just
I
like
think it'd
wandering
be
the
funny
streets.
if he was like a pizza guy or something when they were getting the pizza.
That would have been funny too.
And he's like, pizza? I'm just kidding.
Pizza
I don't
time.
know. Pizza time.
He would reprise his role as Pizza Papa from
Exactly.
from Doctor Strange. Yeah. They also allude to the fact that on the record, they allude to the fact that there are 3 Necronomicons, which means that if this is supposed to be a kind of a sequel to the 2013 film, then that means that there is one more Necronomicon, hypothetically, for them to make another movie about. And based on how this one is doing, I think it's
Likely.
going to happen. It's very
Mhm.
likely.
there were 3 Necronomicons.
That's what they said on the
the
record. They said there's
tape.
3 Necronomicons, which does make sense because in Army of Darkness, there's also the 3 that he
That's
opens,
true.
and there's like the goofy ones, and they like suck him in or like that kind of thing. So I don't know if they're trying to imply that the original one that Ash has and used in the original Evil Dead movies is the first one, and then this would be the third one. Or if they're just kind of doing like in a reboot-esque style, and they're just gonna say like, "Oh, this could have been the same one," or something like that. We don't know. I'm sure they're gonna make another Evil Dead movie, which I'm totally fine with because I'm pretty sure it's made, I think, already $45 million
Yeah,
this
something like that.
weekend, which I don't know what the budget was. Okay, the budget was $15 million, so it's already like doubled its budget in one weekend, and I'm sure it's gonna keep going because you know it had a less budget than the prior Evil Dead. The 2013 one was $17 million.
Yeah. Well, that one was
Which-
like very true to the original, but
Yeah.
this one was its kind of own thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it says so the 2013 Evil Dead was 17 million. The original Evil Dead was 350,000. Evil Dead 2 was $3.5 million. And let's see what Army of Darkness was. Army of Darkness was 11 million.
Yeah.
So, but obviously that's also $11 million in 1992.
Yes.
So that would probably be, adjusted for inflation, the most expensive one still.
Well, I mean, it had the
guess.
most.
Yeah, it has like literally medieval set pieces and castles and a full-on
puppets
stop motion army, and yeah. So it's a crazy movie. But yeah, I definitely do want to check out the 2013 one.
It's very good.
I watched a interview the other day with Bruce Campbell that alluded to him saying that he thinks it would be cool if Ash, the aunt character from Evil Dead Rise, and the main character in the 2013 Evil Dead, if they all teamed up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because they're all like the sole survivors of their movie.
The final girls.
So he said it would be kind of a cool thing to have like this multiple generation thing where they team up.
Yep.
Who knows if it'll happen? Bruce Campbell's old and kind of
Damn,
wants to-
okay.
Well, I mean, how old is he? He's 64.
Yeah. But it's not like he has to do all these crazy things. Just him
No,
like
I know.
just him
I thought it would
being
be really cool. I mean, I know this wasn't the case, and like I don't know how good it would be. I think it'd be really cool. Like they did a mirror shot with the aunt character with like covered in blood and with the chainsaw. I think it would have been really cool if they revealed that she was like somehow related to Bruce Campbell's
Ash.
character. Yeah, to
Yeah.
Ash.
like
That
the
would've been cool.
sisters.
Because I feel like you could definitely see it, at least
Yeah.
from the aunt character.
Well, also just the fact that it was like the stars aligned and there's a chainsaw and a shotgun.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would have been really cool.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I think
A shotgun.
yeah, I thought it
Open
was
the
going to get
door.
sawed off
No.
because the guy was like, "Oh, it's mentioned in my like." I thought it was going to be some kind of thing because I knew there was a chainsaw because that was in the trailer. So I was like, "All right," and then I saw the gun and I thought it was going to be some kind of thing where maybe towards the end of the movie while we were watching it, I thought that maybe one of the Deadites was going to get the chainsaw and then like cut the shotgun. Like do like a crossed like kind of use the shotgun to like block the chainsaw or something, but still I was very happy with the movie. Lots of blood, lots of gore, lots of very comedic moments as well, but very good
I don't know about
practical
comedy.
effects.
There's
a couple funny moments.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't like a focal point of the movie, but yeah, I can see that.
Was there any moments to you guys that genuinely were like, oh, like you didn't see something or that like shocked you or that kind of thing? Because I think I know one for me at least.
I think maybe just like the reveal of the final monster that was just all of them meshed together.
I loved that. Oh my god.
That was really cool, and I wasn't expecting it.
I think that is great. I really liked how like they kind of kept it hidden for a little bit. Like you saw like just like hands going up into the vents and stuff.
And then it was a big reveal.
I love
I
that
know you haven't
everything was like
seen-
parallel to the book.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they would like show the pages of the book when things are
Exactly.
happening, and yeah, it made
That
it
was
seem
really
like
cool.
it was from the moment the records started getting played that everything was like set in stone almost. Like it's like, okay, this is how it's gonna happen, you know?
Mhm.
But there was a moment that I know that you gasped, Grace,
I did.
and I did too. And it was one of my favorite moments, and it's when I gotta look up the character's name because I'm just blanking.
Is it
right now.
the older sister?
When Beth, the main character, when she's going into maybe it was this? No, it's when the older sister is under the blanket.
Yeah,
And then
Bridget,
she's
and
just like
she
walks
comes,
out of the corner
and you just
and
see
like
her in the back.
Oh
but
yeah,
she's not the main focus of the shot. It's the other
Yeah.
kids and they don't know that she's just there.
Yeah.
I thought that was like really like that was a moment where I was like because it was just
I
just
think I
really
heard
good
you.
blocking.
I think I remember hearing you. You were like,
It was good.
It was just really good blocking, how they like
Yeah.
made you not expect that at all because of how the frame was. I
when
also
she. Oh, sorry.
no, you're good. Sorry. You go.
I was gonna say when she had the headphones on and she was listening to the records, and then it was like a Hereditary style thing where in the background you see like on the walls it's the mom. That was scary.
I'm sure that this Evil Dead definitely felt like it was heavily inspired by Hereditary.
I could see that, yeah.
Just because of how it's like, oh well, with the specifically also like the crawling on the wall kind of thing, and also like, oh, like what if we have a mom go up against like her kids, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not saying it was like, oh, that's like, let's do Hereditary, but with Evil Dead. But I think it was like, I'm sure that the director Lee Cronin watched Hereditary and said, okay, I'm sure I could take aspects of this and make it
incorporated
and stuff like that,
mm-hmm.
which I think it was done really well. It wasn't like in a way where I was like, oh, okay, it's Hereditary. It's its own thing, obviously.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed. I was gonna say when the mom first walks into the apartment
mm-hmm.
and she's kind of like silhouetted by that like blue light, and then she like goes to the kitchen to like crack eggs. I thought that was a really fun part.
I think watching it, like comparing it to the originals, it definitely didn't feel the same. I thought, at least in like on like generally, it didn't feel the same, but like it was like really good on its own. I think, as its own thing.
Oh yeah,
I feel like it stayed pretty true to how like Deadites act.
Yeah,
with the voice pitch and everything,
like and just like familial manipulation.
Yeah, how it kept using the mom's voice and stuff.
There was a small detail that I really liked, and it was when the older sister, Bridget, when she was starting to get infected by it, and her cheeks, the lines started appearing, it was done almost to look like the stop motion of the originals. It wasn't done in a way that was like super fluid. It was almost done a little bit choppy on purpose.
I think that's why the way that the thing moved at the end when it was all them together, I think that's why it was moving so interestingly because of, but that's just my opinion.
No, I get that. It definitely felt like, I mean, my first thought when I saw as it was creating the creature at the end, I was like, oh, okay, this is like the thing. But I think more than that, I'm sure it's supposed to be like a ode or a nod to Evil Dead 2's finale with the big monster coming at the end and stuff like that. That's like bursting through the house.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it does that really well, but was very surprised. Well, we didn't see it, so we don't know. Very surprised that the cat wasn't killed on screen.
That's true. Yeah. I was too.
Cat probably did die, but we didn't see it. So
probably did.
That's that makes it a little better, but yeah.
Day not ruined.
Day not ruined, but we did get to see a child get both of his arms ripped off and then flung into the corner of a hallway.
That was so. Oh my god, I felt so bad.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that building. I think we talked a little bit right after we saw it about how we thought the elevator scene with the wires and everything was a cool way to make reference to the trees and the forest scene and the original Evil Dead, which hasn't really aged super well.
I was very scared for what was about to happen.
So I think the way that they did it in this one was very interesting and cool because it wasn't like trees, obviously, it was like wires, and there was a lot more focus on the Evil Dead itself being able to control electrical things and stuff like that, which I thought was cool because we haven't really gotten to see that besides like the occasional car being shut off or something like that. But I really liked that it was just like, oh, I'm going to just turn the building off because I can. So
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. I don't know where I would like want a setting for the next one.
I
I
don't know, something
mean,
to tap into that like kind of like Catholic the priests and everything. I think that would be cool.
An Amish village.
Amish village. Wow. I mean, I think I'd like it to be about the sister and
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
taking care of the daughter
Yeah.
and something happening. But they're like in the middle of nowhere in like a farmhouse or something.
I'm sure that they definitely will because obviously between Evil Dead 2013 and this one, there's 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And sure, this is like kind of a sequel, but it's not like a
Yeah.
direct character sequel. But I'm sure that this is going to have a direct character sequel to an extent. Whether it's going to be a direct pickup off, like what you're saying about Beth, or it's going to be a new story that's going to involve her.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going to find out for probably a while.
Yeah, what did you say? It was like 10 years?
Well, yeah, it was 10 years. I'm sure this is going to be quicker because it's already made its money back, like a lot. And the other thing is, I don't know if you remember this, Grace, but this wasn't going to be in theaters.
No, yeah, I know that.
It wasn't going to be in theaters. And then they pushed really hard for it to be. And only because of the test screenings doing really, really well, they were like, all right, we'll put it in theaters. And I will definitely say, not that it wouldn't have been as good, or maybe a little bit. But I'm saying, like, I just think we saw it in Dolby. So we had the really loud speakers that were like practically pounding into our brains. But I don't think that title card would have hit as hard if I was watching it on my monitor.
Yeah, or like my phone or something.
Yeah. But yeah, I recommend this movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
Yeah, you don't need any like prior knowledge, I feel like, or any like at least to
I feel like a
understand
lot
the
of
movie.
people who were there just didn't
know anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think like that's I
It's
think
not
for this
bad.
movie, yeah, for this
It's just
movie,
like
that's definitely like not a problem. Like it's like
it's
you
definitely
really
something you can just
get
go
more out
see
of
and enjoy.
Yeah, you do get more out of it if you've seen the originals, but like on its own, it's a really good movie, I think.
Yeah, it's not something where like it still explains how the Evil Dead works with the records.
Yep.
And that kind of thing, but it doesn't need like it still has obviously lots of little Easter eggs and nods to originals for fans of the originals and stuff like that. But if you aren't, you're still probably going to be able to enjoy this. It's probably the only difference I'd say is you're probably just going to have like be a little confused at like some of the things you would normally be like, oh, that doesn't really make sense. But
I mean, I have honestly I didn't forget everything about the original movies, but I definitely don't remember like a lot of this stuff, and I don't think I was like confused at all throughout the movie. I was just kind of like, oh yeah, that's right, yeah,
yeah,
like yeah, I don't know.
well,
I didn't have everything in my head.
I've seen the first Evil Dead 3 times. I've seen the second one 2 times. I've seen Army of Darkness once. But you watched all of them the first time.
Yeah, they definitely kind of meshed in together. I'm gonna be honest, I barely remember the second one.
Yeah,
I
the
do
second
remember.
one is
it's kind of more of the second one starts as a recap, honestly.
Yeah,
it's like almost a reboot of the original, but just more comedic stuff. And that's when he like he loses his hand and everything,
right.
and that kind of stuff, and he's just going crazy. And then the daughter of the scientist shows up, and
Like the
she's like, "Oh, I need
archaeologist guy.
yeah," and she's like, "I need the books, the pages."
See, I thought all this was the first, like the first and the second movie just blended together for me.
I mean, the first and the second movie are almost the same thing. It's just
they like blended together, and the third one's obviously the third. It's way different, and like that one is more vivid, I guess. But
yeah, Army of Darkness is basically 2 hours almost of just one-liners and just pure stop motion and miniature stuff, and I'm totally there for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm totally down for more Evil Dead movies. We've been getting a lot of really good low budget horror stuff recently. With this and then
like, you mean like, I thought you meant like just bad horror movies.
No. I just mean like good horror movies that are cheaper and like this, and Barbarian also was like pretty cheap, and obviously Scream is coming back, which is cool. I think you would really enjoy those too, Chris. And yeah, I'm just excited. It seems like we're getting more and I know you said you like Smile a lot, right, Chris?
It's definitely up there. I did like it.
Yeah. Well, I saw a thing that said Smile was the most profitable original movie of last year.
Really?
Yeah, because its budget was so low and it made like, I think almost 100. I don't know. I think it made over. Let me see. I don't want to spread the wrong information. It had $17 million budget, so same as this or close to this. And then I think it made. Let me see. Yeah, it made $217 million. So it made $200 million of just box office success. So
yeah, I can definitely see that.
It is getting a sequel. I don't know if you knew that.
Ooh. Okay, I didn't know that actually.
Smile 2.
Smile again.
Smile more.
Frown.
So, but yeah, would you guys recommend Evil Dead Rise?
I would. I'm just an Evil Dead fan though.
Even if I wasn't an Evil Dead fan, I would still recommend it, like as a side or a standalone movie.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, everyone is very good in it, I'd say.
And yeah, I think do you guys have anything else more to say, or anything you want to mention about it?
The dead was very evil. That's all I want to say.
Tattoo lady pretty.
All right. Well, this has been episode 3 of Real Response. Thanks everyone for listening, and thank you, Chris and Grace, for joining me this episode.
Yeah, whatever.
And I don't know if we're going to do one on it, but the other movie we saw was Beau is Afraid, which I think we're gonna have a little more of a divisive conversation about.
I'll be ready for it.
I think I'll say it at this point. I feel in the middle about it. I know Grace likes it and Chris doesn't like it, so it'll.
I'm like, I don't hate it, but I'd say I'm like,
just don't get it.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
Don't get it. I'm just kidding.
I think I'm like probably like a 40%, maybe 35. I don't know.
I'm more of a film bro than both of you guys.
If liking that movie is being a film bro, I don't think I want to be a film bro. Anyway, we'll save that for that.
Yeah, we can save that for our special Beau is Afraid episode.
The Beau is Afraid special, hour-long special.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening, and goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.